Hi, folks. Today I'm coming out with a video on a topic that I've been discussing for a long time now. And I don't normally do this, but I have to give attention to this post that I seen today by IronWill. For those of you that don't know IronWill, he's been a searcher for a long time, probably longer than me, and I've been searching for a little over 5 years now. But IronWill, he's a very bright guy, and a lot of people don't seem to always pay attention to what he says, but you really should. And his last post goes over something, and I like the way he expresses the idea. He did it much better than I do, and I'm going to leave the interpretation up to you. But it's pretty much the same kind of thing that I've been talking about for over a year now. You see, I started about over 5.5 years ago, but in 2017 summer, I pretty much threw away everything I did because I was going nowhere. I was all over the place. I was on YouTube watching videos, I was reading scrapbooks, and so on and so forth. I was doing everything except what I wasn't supposed to do. And that is, like Forrest told us, focus on the poem and use the thrill of the chase for research. Okay. Memorize the poem. And I don't just mean memorize it in, reading it so that you could recite the poem without looking at it. I'm talking about completely understanding the grammar of this poem, including the punctuation. Now, I'm just gonna say this, and I know I've said it many times. If somebody tells you that punctuation and grammar do not matter, seriously, laugh at that person and walk away. They have no idea what they're talking about. Okay, and I'm not even going to debate that. It's just simple stupidity to make such a statement. All right, Forrest chose 166 words in this poem, broken out across 6 stanzas, 9 sentences. All right. So he chose every particular word for a reason, and you should not discount any of them, even though all of them might not be used. And the reason for that is you have to pay attention of the context. If you don't understand everything about this poem, especially why he used commas in certain places, why to use a period, why is this a question, and the most important thing that throws people off, and I mentioned this before, is this semicolon right here. People don't understand what a lot of this stuff means. They gloss over it, and their main focus is on these rhyming words. So they're walking around looking for no place for the meek, but they don't really have a context. So they're looking up the wrong meanings. They're trying to marry it to the map without fully understanding everything. So anyway, without having to drag this on too long, let me go back to Iron Will's post because you guys got to read that post. He made it last night, and I just seen it this morning, and it's brilliant, you know. And I'm not going to really get into his post; it speaks for itself. But you might want to go on to Jenny's forum and talk with Will. Definitely pay attention to what he's saying. I mean, this is the kind of stuff that really matters, and people don't want to discuss it. And when I seen that, I was like blown away. And I don't know how to reach Iron Will, via email or anything, and I don't participate in Jenny's forum, so I don't know how to get in touch with Iron Will, but he knows who I am, and I mean, I would like to be in touch with him, at least to say, great job. But here's his post. Oh, his post. I'll leave a link to it below, but it's on Mysterious Writings forum, and it's about pondering different things that Forrest has said about the blaze. And I don't want to get into that now because that's not my primary reason for this video. My primary reason for making the video is to discuss a reply that Iron Will made below this to Zap, right? So let's go down to that reply. This is what you really want to read. And I'll let you be able to read it. I'm going to leave the link. You can go online and read it. I'm not going to read it, and you can certainly pause this and read the top part. It's a puzzle, and it looks like it was a puzzle that Will designed, and he designed it for a reason, and that reason is to discuss the semicolon and the ordering of the clues, and essentially the same stuff that I've been doing, but he did it in a more eloquent way than I did right here, at least with the semicolon. So definitely props for IronWill. Excellent work. Excellent. So anyway, read that. Okay, here's a picture that he made that goes with it. And then down at the bottom, he gives some information about the semicolon. And I had to put this out there because I think that this post is going to get lost out there because people aren't interested in grammar. They're not interested in punctuation. They seem to be more interested in drama or discussing things that are really not practical to discuss, like where does your warm water salt? It's more practical to discuss the poem itself, and theories are built around that poem of how you would obtain a solution without getting into specifics of the solution itself, if that makes sense. There's a lot of things going on in this poem, um, particularly in this stanza here, and I've already got into that before, so I'm not going to discuss it again. But with Will's post, the primary thing is again here how that semicolon is relating to this, that phrase, and that, I mean, and that clause and that clause, this sentence up here, and then of course how does it tie into these sentences down here? And Will does a pretty good job at explaining it, but I'm not going to do it again. I've done it before, but pretty much that semicolon grammatically could be replaced with a period and everything would still be correct. However, you would lose the relationship. Okay. The semicolon is implying that there's a relationship between these two things. If you don't understand that, it's completely useless going to a map and trying to figure out where all these clues map to because you're reading the poem wrong. It's like you have a good map, but you're following the map um, in a way that the poem is not telling you. And although Iron Will doesn't get into it, I certainly do in my other videos. After you get beyond this stuff, there's a lot going on here. All right, and again because of the conjunction, but this this sentence here is not meant to be done in order. This part, this but Terry Scant with Marvel Gaze, is something that is going to need to be paid attention to as you go through the rest of the poem. All right. And for those of you that say that this is messing with the poem, no, it's not. Since when is understanding English messing with a poem written in English? Messing with the poem is you got that backwards. If you're not interpreting this poem exactly how Forrest intended it to be interpreted, then you are messing with his poem. So anyway, guys, I just want to give props again to Iron Will. Definitely go check it out. I'll leave a link to his post so that you guys can find it. And yeah, great work. And Iron Will, shoot me an email or contact me in my Facebook group or something sometime. So someday we got to get together and have a beer or something. All right. I'll talk to you guys later. Everybody have a great day. Peace.